study session. So what I'm going to do a little differently, I'm going to ask everyone to mute their phones unless you have a question or you're up to present. All righty, I have item 8 and I am going to call that one ready. Counselor Bay.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items number 9 through 13. Item number 9 is being held, if I'm not mistaken, for a public hearing on 14th. If I'm hearing that correct. Item 10, clerk, correct me if I'm wrong. Item 10 should be ready today, right? Is the clerk on? This is a rare moment.
He's on.
I'm sorry, I tried to unmute with my bar, space bar, it didn't work. Number 9 is ready, 10 is held because we have to advertise the hearing.
That's what it is.
Item.
Thank you. All right, number 9 is ready, number 10 is held. And 11. Actually, I believe we were holding over those until, I actually just remember we was holding those until we had the property sold. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's my understanding that the zoning said we have to hold 11 and 12 until the abandonment is approved. Or you could move them, I guess, but they can't go forward until the abandonment's approved. And 13 was okay, according to.
But I believe it was the will of the council to move it, Council Rudd or County.
Absolutely, whatever you want to do is fine. Thank you.
All right, so Madam President, number 9 will be held and 10 through 13 are ready. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Counselor Rudd.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 14 and 15. I think they're ready unless anyone else has other questions.
Thank you.
And then
Counselor.
just for the record, there were 2 finance items that cleared that got listed under Counselor Allen. So her first 2 correct the tax rolls. Those are also ready unless there's other questions. But for practical purposes, Counselor Allen can just control them for the rest of the time. Okay. And then I would just add that all the spending items have been, we can just do this question, so it's all on the record. But Frank, can you please confirm that all the spending items before us on the agenda have been verified with the modified budget, so they all are funded after the cuts? Or whoever is on.
Sorry, couldn't unmute. Yes, Counselor, this is Frank Oliva, Chief Administrative Officer. All have been checked and double checked against the modified spending plan and can move forward in the administration's opinion. Okay,
thank you. I would say thank Jim Conroy for going through the list too, for the double check on the council end as well. But so with that, my items are ready. Thank you.
All righty, thank you. Counselor Green.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 16 through 37, and those are all ready unless there's any questions from the council.
All right, seeing there's no questions, we're going to keep moving. Counselor Paniagua. Counselor, you're muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
You're going in and out, Counselor. You're fading in and out.
I'm in trouble with my sound.
Now
I
you're
hear you
okay.
now. Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
For the discussion, they're ready.
Can we just highlight that? Okay, so just to be clear, from the time that we had the meeting, there was one element that was changed. Frank, could you just say what the one element that changed was?
The only item that's changed in legislation is that we have removed the clause prohibiting rehire.
Okay. Thank you.
All other language remains the same.
I think that addresses the concerns that were brought up before. So if there's anything, there probably isn't anything else, but I'm all set.
Thank you. Counselor Carney. Is he on, Jim?
Yes, he is, but he's muted, Madam President.
Counselor Carney, we can't hear you. You're muted. Okay. We're gonna go to Counselor Majoke and we'll come back, Counselor Carney. Counselor Majoke.
Oh, here you go, Madam President. He's open.
Counselor Carney?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm trying to pull up the items. I don't believe there were any questions. I believe all of my items were ready unless there were any new information or further questions. No? Okay. So then it's item 40 and 41, those are ready. And yeah, those are my items.
All righty. Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Majoke.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 42 through 54. I have a quick question. Is Chief Cecil around?
Yep, I'm here, Counselor.
Okay, how are we on, were we able to locate the stuff that I request for item 52?
Pastor Jaime lives on the north side. Pastor Presario lives on the west end. And Pastor Johnson Kinsey lives on the east side. All city addresses.
All city addresses. Okay, excellent, excellent. Madam Councilors, anyone with questions at all? If not, Madam President, all my items are ready.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Allen.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 55 through 59. As Councilor Rudd spoke earlier, 55 and 56 were, they were supposed to be under his committee, but they were attached to mine, so they are going to be ready, so I'm going to introduce those. And then 57, 58, and 59. These weren't on my under my committee the last time, but they were supposed to be. So there has already been discussion on these. So 57, 58, 59 are also ready.
Thank you, Counselor.
You're welcome.
Counselor Driscoll.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 60, the resolution urging common sense reform regarding nuclear weapons, and I'd like to thank all of my counselors who have co-signed on it. That item is ready, and I urge its adoption.
Not yet. Thank you. Okay.
Madam President,
We had some waivers, right?
just one, yes. I sent out an email with the waiver from Councilor Latoya Allen for an agreement for 2020 census advertising campaign with Onondaga County. I think you should have it in your mail. I sent it out right at the beginning of this meeting. It has the ordinance, the request letter, and the revised agenda.
All righty. So Counselor Allen.
So item 61, am I just introducing it?
Well, we're just gonna call, I guess, them ready, right?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do you want the commissioner to explain it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, so Commissioner Mark Collins, Neighborhood and Business Development. First of all, deeply appreciate the council considering the waiver request. Apologies for how last minute it is. We have, you had previously several months ago approved a application for funding to New York State to be able to jointly for us to do an advertising campaign that through RFP was going to be done with Digital Hive. New York State waited, understandably, because of their financial situations until much later, very, very recently to approve that. And then when The county put forth the RFP. They did it differently than we were under the impression it was going to go forward. So we were not able to participate in the RFP that they had. We just learned of that. That was a significant change in expectation. And so we need to be able to contract in ourselves. Again, this is based on what you had approved before. So it's simply a change in the fact that we need to do the contract. And since the federal government has decided that they are going to cut the census short, if we were to wait for your next meeting, we would have fewer opportunities to be able to get this message out there and simply have fewer people count. So that's, and I believe Tori Russo, who's our census coordinator, is able to answer any other specific questions, but that's what led us to this moment.
What's the dollar amount on Commissioner?
$10,000.
Is there like what's the deadline for all the census stuff to be done?
September 30th is when the federal government has now decided they're going to stop the census. It was supposed to be and has historically always been end of October.
It's very interesting that they're starting early.
I agree, Counselor.
Counselor Collins, what was the bogus reason they gave for stopping it?
Donald Trump.
I can't tell you what their reasoning was. I got too wrapped up in what I understood it to be rather than what it was stated. Would be the safest way for me to say that right now.
I know what your namesake would say.
Yes, you and I both do there, Counselor.
That's all I got.
I appreciate your restraint.
So this item is ready, President.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
See you at 1.